Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, Major General Martin, guests, family members, students, and most importantly on this occasion, our faculty. I take great pleasure in convening our assembly today. Each year, we pause to honor our faculty and celebrate their excellence. As the British journalist, writer, and founder of modern sociology, Harriet Martineau once observed, quote, "What office is there which involves more responsibility, which requires more qualifications, and which ought, therefore, to be more honorable than that of teaching?" Today's ceremony, therefore, honors our faculty in several ways: faculty writing awards, military faculty stabilization, academic promotion, and the awarding of academic chairs. The first measure of faculty recognition this morning is the presentation of the 2011 Staff and Faculty Published Writing Awards. Through this annual competition, the college casts the spotlight on those members of the faculty and staff who have excelled in contributing to the body of serious military scholarship. These awards have been presented annually since 1982 with the support of the U.S. Army War College Foundation. We would also like to thank our generous supporter, the Military Officers Association of America, for underwriting the awards. At this time, I would like to recognize Colonel Retired Jesus G. Ramirez, Jr., Deputy Director for Contract Services and Marketing and Outreach from the Military Officers Association of America. Thank you, sir. In the spring of 1999, the awards were renamed the Colonel John J. Madigan III U.S. Army War College Staff and Faculty Published Writing Awards. This was done to honor Jack Madigan, the editor of Parameters from March 1993 until January 1999, when he suffered a fatal heart attack. During his tenure at the War College, Jack worked tirelessly to encourage faculty writing and to assist faculty members with their publication projects. Designed to stimulate professional military writing, the competition for the Madigan Awards is open to military and civilian staff and faculty members of the college and other Carlisle Barracks organizations. Articles and books entered in the contest must deal with a subject treated in our curriculum. This year's awards cover articles published during the period May 2010 through April 2011. A panel of Army War College academic chair holders selected the winning entries from among the many works published by our faculty during this competition period. The winning authors receive a congratulations from the commandant, and most importantly, a check from the Army War College Foundation. Colonel Ruth Collins, United States Army retired, the Chief Executive Officer of the Army War College Foundation, will now assist General Martin in the presenting of the awards. The winners of the 2010 Madigan Awards are, from the Department of National Security and Strategy, Dr. Tammy Davis Biddle, whose article, Leveraging Strength, The Pillars of American Grand Strategy in World War II, was published in Orbis, winter 2011. Our second award winner is Dr. Antulio J. Echeverria II of the Strategic Studies Institute. His chapter, American Operational Art, 1917 through 2008, was contained in The Evolution of Operational Art, edited by Olson and Van Creveld, Oxford University Press. Dr. Paul Rexton Kahn's article, Making a Sandwich in Afghanistan, How to Assess a Strategic Withdrawal from a Protracted Irregular Warfare, appeared in Small Wars Journal, 24 February 2011. Dr. Kahn is currently on sabbatical from the Department of National Security and Strategy. Dr. Larry Goodson, Department of National Security and Strategy, and Professor Thomas Johnson of the Naval Postgraduate School share the award for Parallels with the Past: How the Soviets Lost in Afghanistan, How the Americans Are Losing, in the April 2011 Foreign Policy Research Institute e-notes. A longer, and Professor Goodson says better version, is contained in the current issue of Orbis. Colonel Richard Lackamont's article, Integrating Civilian and Military Activities, appeared in our very own journal, Parameters. Dr. Kevin J. Weddle, Department of Distance Education, published his article, The Fall of Satan's Kingdom, Civil-Military Relation and the Union Navy's Attack on Charleston, 1863, in the April 2011 edition of the Journal of Military History. Our final writing award is the winner of the Book Award. Dr. Max G. Manwaring, Strategic Studies Institute, receives the award and a check for $3,000 for his work. There's an incentive here. Gangs, pseudo-militaries, and other modern mercenaries. New Dynamics in Uncomfortable Wars, the University of Oklahoma Press. The winning entries in the Madigan Awards competition will be displayed in the library lobby throughout the year. Please join me in a last round of applause for all of our Madigan Award winners. We will now recognize military faculty members who have been granted tenure to remain at the Army War College until their mandatory retirement date. The Chief of Staff of the Army has approved only 12 tenured positions for faculty at the War College. By granting tenure to these chosen few, we maintain continuity of excellence, which resides in extraordinary teaching abilities, professional expertise, and experience. This year, 6 military faculty members have been selected for this prestigious honor. First, Colonel Stephen C. Sabata, Department of Command Leadership and Management. Next is Colonel Ricky T. King, Department of Distance Education. We next honor Colonel Deborah Hannigan, Department of National Security and Strategy. Colonel Michael V. McCrae, Department of Command, Leadership, and Management. Colonel Jerry Cashin, Department of Military Strategy, Planning, and Operations, has also been awarded this honor, but unfortunately is unable to be with us today. And our last military faculty tenure, a double award winner, Colonel Richard Lackamont, Department of National Security and Strategy. We also wish to publicly recognize those civilian faculty members who have earned promotions in academic rank. Similar to military promotions, these advancements recognize not simply past performance, but more importantly, the potential for future service in positions of increasing responsibility. In general, promotions reflect superior professional credentials, as evidenced by a strong educational background and record, considerable professional experience and expertise, and a reputation in a field of specialization. This morning marks the attainment of the academic rank of full professor, the ultimate professional recognition within academe. As we bestow this honor, we should recall the words of the acclaimed poet W.H. Auden, who noted, "A professor is one who talks in someone else's sleep." That will not be the case with today's promotion. For today, we honor the promotion of Dr. John Bonin, Professor of Concepts and Doctrine, Department of Academic Affairs. If I may depart from my script for just a moment, this promotion recognizes Professor Bonin's long and faithful service to all aspects of the Army War College mission. Equally important, it also recognizes his many significant and unique contributions to Army and joint doctrine and force structures. Without any exaggeration, no one in the world, literally no one in the world, knows more about doctrine and force structure at the theater level than John. He stands alone in this accomplishment and is truly an Army and a national asset. Our next recognition of faculty excellence is the presentation of academic chairs. Instituted at the Army War College over 40 years ago, academic chairs today honor those who, by their extraordinary teaching, research, and outreach contributions, have significantly advanced the mission and accomplishments of our college. Currently, we have 19 academic chairs. 6 of these are appointed or dedicated. These chair holders receive an appointment in accordance with the agreement establishing the chair. At this time, we will recognize 2 dedicated chair holders. The first is the General Omar N. Bradley Chair of Strategic Leadership, which was established in August 2002 and recognizes a select individual to promote the study of leadership in the context of national security and strategy. This chair is jointly established by the War College, Dickinson College, and the Penn State University Dickinson School of Law. This year's chair holder, no stranger to this assemblage, is Mr. Pj Crowley. Mr. Crowley spent 26 years in the Air Force, retiring at the rank of colonel in September 1999. He is a veteran of Operations Desert Shield and Desert Storm, and during the Kosovo conflict, he worked under Javier Solana, then Secretary General of NATO, helping to develop a strategic communication capability in support of the NATO campaign. In 2009, he was named by President Obama as the Assistant Secretary of State for Public Affairs. He served as the Assistant Secretary and spokesman at the Department of State until March 2011, where he was the primary U.S. government interlocutor with major media regarding the impact of the release of classified diplomatic cables by WikiLeaks. The Harold K. Johnson Chair of Military History is currently held by Professor Carol Reardon, the George Winfrey Professor of American History, Penn State University. She is among the nation's preeminent military historians with noted expertise in the Civil War and the Vietnam era. She has served multiple terms as the president of the Society for Military History. She is a lifelong champion of the study of history in the professional military education. She has been the chair and long-serving member of the Board of Visitors for Marine Corps University. She has also served on the Department of the Army Historical Advisory Committee, the Secretary of the Navy's Advisory Committee on Naval History, and as a visiting professor of history at the U.S. Military Academy. In addition to our 6 dedicated chairs, 13 chairs are designated as honorary chairs and are open to all members of the Army War College faculty. The competition for these chairs is especially keen. We have many highly qualified faculty members, and the task of selecting these honorary chairs is exceptionally difficult. Recipients must demonstrate extraordinary expertise based on educational credentials or professional experience. They must be highly effective and respected teachers, possess strong publication records, and exemplify service and outreach. An honorary academic chair holder receives a framed certificate, a solid cherry armchair provided by the U.S. Army War College Foundation, and is further recognized by a plaque hanging near the end of the Hall of Flags. Today, the Commandant will induct 2 faculty members into their honorary academic chairs. The General Maxwell D. Taylor Chair of the Profession of Arms was established in July 1979 to recognize a member of the USAWC faculty who has shown distinguished service through teaching, scholarship, research, and other academic service in direct support of the college's teaching and research mission. The Commandant has approved the award of the General Maxwell Taylor Chair to Colonel Thomas E. Shepard, Director, African Studies, Department of National Security and Strategy. The General of the Army's John J. Pershing Chair of Military Planning and Operations was established in July 1965 to recognize a member of the Department of Military Strategy Planning and Operations who has made significant contributions to the development and study of military planning and strategy. The Commandant has approved the award of the General of the Army's John J. Pershing Chair to Professor Harry Tomlin, Professor of Strategic Art, Advanced Strategic Art Program, Department of Military Strategy, Planning and Operations. Please join in a round of applause. For those who have been honored in various ways today, I'm delighted that our student body can see the considerable pool of talent that our faculty represents. In this ceremony and through these awards, we hope to convey our appreciation for who you are, what you do, and the sacrifices that you make on behalf of our students. All of our faculty have lived the words of the 19th century American educational reformer Horace Mann. If ever there can be a cause worthy to be upheld by all toil or sacrifice that the human heart can endure, it is the cause of education. Equally important, as the Victorian poet and historian John Ruskin once observed, education is a painful, continual, and difficult work to be done in kindness, by watching, by warning, by praise, but above all, by example. Each of you on our faculty has set that example and gone far beyond what was expected and produced outstanding product with far-reaching effects. You have truly touched thousands of readers, listeners, and students. It is often said that the most important role of the faculty is to help the students remove blinders, to reinforce, to ask the right questions rather than give the right answers, to offer opportunities, and to do so in a way that not only reassures but elevates all. So lastly, coupled with wisdom and strength, these special faculty members, through the fog and friction of daily tasks, with breadth, depth, and perspective, have lifted up both the individual and our institution, and thus opened the door to our own immortality. Quote, "Let such teach others who themselves excel," is an idea that surely typifies the service of our entire faculty. We thank each and every member of our faculty and congratulate all of you this day. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I yield the podium to our Commandant, Major General Martin.
Teammates, what a great day it is when we can honor our own. And this is truly a wonderful day of celebration. So congratulations, everybody. Well done. Keep up the great work. Dean Johnson, I agree with the inspiring, wonderful, thoughtful words. And just another word, I want to recognize you for the tremendous work you've done in creating the environment in which our magnificent faculty and these honorees today can excel. So a round of applause for Dean Johnson. Our faculty are the stewards of our profession, exemplars of professional military education. And every day, I give thanks for the talented and dedicated faculty who commit themselves to develop and inspire you all students to become wise, strong leaders. Out of this tremendous and important faculty that we have here at the War College, a number have risen to the top for the special recognition that we gave today. We're here to celebrate a team full of all-stars. And the faculty we recognize today help define the Army War College and propel us toward our vision for the future, to be the world's best institution for developing strategic leaders and thought. Efforts like those of our faculty, and especially the ones recognized today, will make us the international institution of choice. The faculty members that we single out today are at the cutting edge in executing the total Army War College mission, which is to develop, inspire, and serve strategic leaders who will be prepared for the complex global environment and challenges of the 21st century. So again, you all are at the cutting edge. I really appreciate it. Extremely well done. Each of you inspire us by your commitment to strategic leader education and strategic thought. You're among the rock stars of the military teaching profession. Your influence will endure through your studies, your publications, and most of all, through these students who, as Army War College grads I hate to remind you guys, you've been here 4 months now. Can you believe it? Over 4 months. You're going to be graduating in June, but when you graduate as Army War College grads, you will be our credentials and our legacy. I think that's going to be the greatest lasting legacy of what you all do, is the lives that these students are going to live. But your teaching and writing are also influencing the student body and the national security community. As researchers and instructors, you're the repository of professional knowledge and expertise. Now a word for the students. When we're confronted with inspiring people, we have a very simple choice. We can wonder at those who work at the speed of excellence, or we can follow their lead. I invite and encourage each of you to follow the lead in the example of our excellent faculty and these magnificent scholars before us today. In August, I stood here, this very spot, and urged you to use this great opportunity at the Army War College to study, to reflect, and to write. To write about your profession, to make a difference, to help make it better in the future. In October, General Ray Odierno, he came, and I think he was walking around the stage a little bit, but he gave you the same challenge. He said to write, and he said it with 4-star power. As you consider these great professionals here before you who have risen to General Odierno's challenge, I have three recommendations for each of you to consider. First, get to know these experienced, wise, dedicated professionals. Become friends with them. Maintain that professional relationship, and they will be a resource for you as you serve and lead for the rest of your career and really the rest of your life at the strategic level. Second, strive to be like these role models. Tap into their knowledge and about how to get published. Find out how they became so smart. There's some of the faculty, I'm looking at one right now, I said, how is it that you know everything about everything with military history? Well, he's developed professional habits of discipline and disciplined action and thought and study that over the course of years have made him truly an international treasure of knowledge. So learn how they do this and get as smart and as wise as them. Advance your ideas. Find a faculty member you get along with and try to co-author your paper. Apply your can-do mindset to get published and make a difference in our profession. Because ideas and talk, that's great. It starts there, but if you want to make a difference, you got to get this stuff written down and get it published out there in the world of ideas. Third, recognize the opportunity to give back to our profession. Our senior leadership, and I'll tell you specifically, General Cohn and General O, they are re-energizing our Army tradition, our military tradition of the soldier scholar, the practitioner returning to the classroom. Our leaders, our most senior leaders, want to renew a time-honored principle, that of professional payback, in which, following the privilege of command and high-level leadership, you will then pay that back to the professional institution by going back and teaching. That is a principle that's going to guide us into the next 10 years. The best of the practitioners will come back to the institution and teach. And it's a time-honored tradition of the Army and the military profession. And now, I would plant this seed. It's time for you to put that on the planning horizon for your best and most talented subordinates, as well as for yourself, if you have the motivation and the passion. And at this age, you're probably maybe a little too senior to go back and teach at the infantry or the artillery school, but if you have the motivation and the inspiration, and you want to come back here and teach at the War College, talk to your faculty advisors. I know that two of my most significant developmental assignments were teaching in the classroom of two great Army institutions. Teaching helped to make me a much better officer and a leader. So again, I plant that seed with you because that's a big idea for the future. We're going to retain our best and build our future through those of us who are called to teach, both here and at other PME institutions. So I'm going to close with two sets of congratulations. One to our honored faculty that we recognize. Another huge round of applause. Hooah, way to go. And a final congratulations and a huge thanks for the wisdom and the leadership of the Military Officers Association of America, as well as the U.S. Army War College Foundation. Thank you both for honoring the excellence of our magnificent faculty. Teammates, thanks very much. Have a great day.